Good morning, good day, good evening, whatever your time zone may be. It doesn't matter. Here for VRL only. And today we are here for the first round in season 4. Here for the first time in Albert Park as well. So there's a first time for everything. And we are just about to start. And I'll take you through the grid as we have some familiar faces, but also quite new few faces, as you might have seen in previous testing. In Mercedes we have Ryan Ball and Phil Smith. Then we have Marco in Ferrari as always, and Sex Lion and Steve in the Red Bull. Then we have Felix and Tim in the Renault. FRT Midnight in the Haas, and then we have Crash Vettel in the McLaren. But I'm pretty sure Reese should be joining us soon. And then we have Sam and Luke, the Dutch pairing, in the Racing Point. And then we have Jamil and Chevy in the Alfa Romeo. And then we have Darth FIFA on his own for now, Toro Rosso. And they have Nitlix and Ed Williams. So yeah, that's nearly full grid, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few more drivers joining. So, but at least every team has one driver. So yeah, we're just waiting to go to the grid then. There's not much more to say, so I hope we can get started very soon. And I'll just bring up the chat real quick, sorry for not doing that one. A very exciting something race. I'm sure the first turn will be pretty tight, so drivers might need to be a bit cautious going into there. 17 drivers for now. Starting us with the other commentator. Alex is not with us right now. He has his own karting championships he's competing in, so we wish him the best of luck in that championship. And I hope for himself he can bring some good points home for himself. Drivers are running up, so we will go to the grid and we'll start the 80-minute qualifying around Australia, who in real life is, I'm pretty sure everything is burning right there right now, so another 10 seconds before we go to the grid. So first ever race around Albert Park then. Should be an interesting one as the Racing Point boys look to have the upper hand on the rest of the grid, but you never know. In time trial things can differ from real life qualifying or race, so yeah. Would be nice if we don't have this stupid ass glitch again where we're just sitting in menus. I am afraid of it. Yes, I think we might have that glitch. Great game. Uh-oh, that might be a problem. Yes, I think we have that glitch again where we are just waiting on one person. It likes to be that way. Oh. Yes, we have that glitch. Yes, we have that glitch, so we're gonna have to restart the lobby, and yes, it definitely looks like we will have to restart the lobby. Yes, intra-points for Williams, you could say that. Cracking start to the season, indeed. Vrl has left, so I hope we can start. Yes, we can start. That took ages. Finally, we will have our... Uh-oh. Phil already disconnected from the session again. Great start for him. Everyone's leaving on my screen. Oh, people already left. Oh no. People already left. Great start to the season. Just the way you wanted. They have a fuel leak, yes. God. Maybe because of the fires in Australia we also have some bad luck. Everyone's internet is burning. So I think we are restarting again. Well, I don't know what to say about that one. I mean, we have Marco on his outlap loving life, but I think we're gonna have to restart. I'm just waiting on an invite done, so that's just great. And Javi Mateos left as well, so that's the last two persons. So it's just me and Marco then, nice and cozy. I think we are gonna have to restart this. Otherwise it would be a fairly easy victory for Marco. I'm pretty sure Marco doesn't realize it. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, we'll just wait. We'll see what Marco can do as a pre-taste of what the real qualifying session will bring. Now I will leave as well, so we'll have to redo it all over again. So scenario number 2, let's hope we can get it on the way as soon as possible. Very sorry for this technical issue. Alright then. I don't know really what to say about this one. The lag must be because of World War III. Jesus. I always hate when this happens. Such a stupid game sometimes, in a sense that just can't get its surface right. And meanwhile, Felix is friendly enough to remind me that I should be in spectator mode, so thanks for that, Felix. I hope we can start soon. I'm pretty sure we actually have more drivers than last time, so did bring us something, I guess. I am in spectator mode. Why does it keep putting me out of it? So I hope we can start. Now we can actually start the session, unless someone has had the same glitch again. Come on, boys. Come on, one more. We can do it. Come on. Oh, not again. Oh, yes. Yes, finally. Finally. So here we are at our park for the second time. Let's just pretend nothing happened. So will we see you will be the first one on track for the qualifying session where you can score points in the race. And there looks to be some movement in the Mercedes garage of Phil, and I can also hear some other engines roughing. Phil will make his way outside of the pit box together with one of the Red Bulls, and he will come. Jesus, everyone's come out in front of him, so that's not good for him. Jesus, it's a massive train. Everyone wants that track position, and Marine wisely waits. And everyone decides to go out in one go. Marine hanged back a bit to get some more clean air. It's very busy. It's happy hour, definitely. We've had some drivers who missed races because they were stuck in traffic, Jakarta traffic, that is. And I'm pretty sure Luke is in front of this very long pack. I hope it's split up a bit. No, it still hasn't. Everyone's still lining up in position. Is one of those guys gonna say, I'm not waiting on you, I want my track position to be nice and clean, and I want to wait on you. If a driver would do that, it would most likely be, I think, Steve. Oh, we have a spinner in the name of Netflix who spun on his outlap, most likely in turn 12. I hope he isn't in the way of anyone there. And Felix does come around to him. That might be a bit awkward from him then. And NSX Lion, the first man to start a lap here in VRL Australia. He's closely followed by Jamil and Crash Vettel, and Phil Smith also now on his first lap in this season. Now we go on board with him. The Dutchman was involved in a bit of involved in a bit of start crash the last race, the pre-season race, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem. That's the curb right here. And then coming up to the tricky 10, 11, 10, 12. In real life, loads of G-forces coming at you, but here they can sit steady in the chair and try to get the best performance out of there. Yes, that's very nice by him. Meanwhile, Mark overtired from the session. What happened with him? I have no clue. Most likely also a little spinner there, or a crash. And NSX Lion will now come on to the final 2 turns to complete his lap around the beautiful circuit of Albert Park. And Luke sets a 1:21. What will be NS Lion his time? He's 3 tenths off. And Jamil follows with a 1:21.1. And Crash Ferrell lines up behind Jamil then. And Phil comes in with a 1:24. And Steve comes in with a 1:21.6 on the medium compound. 1:24.7. Little Lakes will be going to the back to the pits as soon as possible there. What can Haas boys do this race? Chapelele and Midnight. Ooh, he's aborted his laps. Meanwhile, Chapelele still in the pits, and then Sam lines up in P2 to make it a racing point, 1-2, and closely followed by Phil. And meanwhile, Felix and Tim line up in P5 and P6 behind NSX Lion, who's followed by Jamil, and then Steve, Crash Vettel, Chevy Mateos, and Netflix line up in P11, P10, P9, P8, and P7. Midnight isn't on a lap, I believe. We're coming to the pits, or will we start this first lap? Just see. So down yes, he will come into the pits. So he was on his out lap. He started the lap, but then he slowed down. So what had just been an installation lap for him. Traffic not with a very competitive time here. I hope for him he can improve on that. He will come into the pits. And Reisman has left the session. Wonder what's that for. He isn't in the session at first. So Chapelele now on his lap, title contender Chapelele, and there's a Red Bull in front of him. I hope for him he doesn't get in the way there. He's still on the racing line, I must say. Now he will stay on the racing line. Steve, that's Steve in the way of Chapelele, but that's some dirty air for him. He isn't getting out of the way for now, but he will have to very soon. I think now's the time to move away. Steve, come on. Oh, contact between Steve and Chapelele. Yes, Steve didn't get out of the way there in front of Chapelele. So that's some misjudgment by Steve there, and Chapelele not happy with that one. And Midnight will now come out of the pits again. Netflix meanwhile still in P11, quite a bit behind the rest of the field. Meanwhile, Anderson Klein still on lap, hoping to improve his P4, possibly attacking the top 3. Number 24, the Dutchman in the Red Bull. Partnering Season 3 champion Steve in Season 4. Ooh, that's a corner cut right there. Is that gonna invalidate his lap time? And Ryan Olibor splits both racing points by 10th, and he's only a 10th behind Luke as well, so it's a battle for Paul to be sure, as there's a pretty big, no, not a pretty gap, not a big gap, but there's a bit of a gap towards Phil. Now I wonder if Anderson Klein will finish his lap, as I'm pretty sure he got a invalidation. No, yes. My speculations were true. Felix then also not on the lap, I believe. Tim will be on the lap as we go on to the wheel cam. He'll come into turn 1, stay to the left as much as possible there, and then turning in, trying to scrap as less speed as possible. Here you can choose to stay in 3rd gear or 2nd. He decides to take it in 3rd. Pretty straightforward corner here, not too much of a challenge, and then it's very easy to get a invalidation right there. And Luke improves on his time. He goes into the 1:20.0, and that's only 5,000 of a seconds away from 1:19. Pretty sure in practice he did a 1:18.8. You have to be careful here. That's a great save by Tim, who hasn't done his lap time many favours, that's for sure. And Felix will also not finish his lap. St. John says good potential from Tim. Yes, definitely. Of course, we miss Sam a lot here in VRL. Was season 4 title contender for sure. Well, Trevor, is he gonna start his lap or is he gonna finish his lap? I'm pretty sure he's gonna finish his lap as he's already used most of his ERS. Now we come up to the line to improve on his P12. He will go to P11. And that's not a way to end your qualifying. He ends it off with a 1:21.5. And meanwhile, Reisman rejoined the session, aka Reese. And Legend Roll has split both Renault guys, so very close between P7 and to all the way to P9. I don't see Jamil challenging these guys. Felix, nearly overtook him in the pit lane. There would have been some clever thinking. Hey, NSX line has spun around at the second corner, or is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. He spun going into the second corner. I'm pretty sure it happened at the first. As he sees his teammate go by. Meanwhile, both Harscars and Reisman haven't settled that on. And the pole time is a one. Jesus, I'm completely messed up. My bad. He's improved on the 120 of Luke and got into the 119s. And both Mercedes boys will have to find a few tens to attack that time. Marine is trying to do so. Focus on exit right here to get the best line up to corner 11 and then turn 12. Hey, that's an invalidation to be sure. He still goes on his merry way, so we might be good. I'm pretty sure we'll come to the pits. Yes, he will. Play choice to be sure. And meanwhile, Steve has got him up into P7, making him a bit closer to the top 6. Hey, a spinner there. That's Crash Shadow spot on his outlap. Has he got any damage? Doesn't look like it. I hope he doesn't hit into anybody. It looks to be fine. Lots of smoke kicking up. Crash Shadow was spun himself then. He's slowing down quite a bit here. And one of the Red Bulls tried to get a slipstream, but wasn't moving. Anyway, NSX line. I'm pretty sure that was NSX line passing McLaren there. Or was it Steve? It definitely was a Red Bull. They both have golden helmets as well. No one will settle that time. Could Jamil try to get into the 120s and possibly attacking the FIFA here? And here he comes to go to P9, demoting Tim down to P10. And good lap from Jamil right there. Tim on his outlap. He's now 4 positions behind his teammates. He will have to do better than that. Meanwhile, where is Phil? Phil still on that lap. Now Luke will start a new lap. He has to find 2 tenths basically to try to get pole from his teammate. He said most likely his teammate will out qualifying him, and it certainly looks like it's the case right now. And he's abandoned this lap time because he abandoned Jesus. He got rid of his lap, probably because it got invalidated. And he retires from the session as there won't be any more time to set a new lap, or possibly hasn't had enough fuel left in the car. I hope he won't block anyone while he's retiring. Meanwhile, Phil also retired from the session, basically already securing Sam his pole then. He could still be on a threat from Maroy, but Maroy is also slowing down a lot now. He has to get better track position there. And NSX Lion still on a very quick lap as well. And Tim goes down to P11 as Jesus. FRT Midnight goes pole, of course. We completely forgot about him. That's an amazing lap time by him. And we can see Phil standing there as well. And Chapelet goes P5 as he demotes Ryan Oliball down to P6. And Jamil retires in a good P11. Tim won't start any better than P12, I think, because he won't be able to do a lap in 1 minute. And Felix looks like to be one of the only candidates who still attack FRT Midnight for that pole position, but that's a lightning quick time, so Jesus, that's quite a big difference between the time of Sam and FRT Midnight. Chapelet lines up in a very decent P5. Shifting up to, can he rev it out in 8th gear? No, he revs it out in 7th. And you need to be careful you don't get an invalidation here. And he doesn't do so. Only a few only 1,000 of a seconds between NSX Lion and Felix here for P7. Could he go for a pole? Can he? He's now in the 115s. Got to come out to the line. Probably won't think it will be pole. No, it'll be a 199. Just on the line as well. And Ryan Oliball then. Oh, he's a bit quicker as well. Oh, little oversteering moment on exit there. That's got to cost him some time as he there's a bit of a long straight there. Turn 11 here. Might have got another validation on the grass. That's maximum commitment from Ryan Oliball. And yes, that's what I thought. He invalidated this time. And it's a line then. What can he do? Can he steal pole for Midnight? Oh, he goes P5 in a 124. And that means P9 and P10 for both rebel cars. No, Steve's actually still on the lap. Can he improve on his most likely disappointing P10 from him? We'll come up to the line. It's going to be in the 120s. It's going to be P9 for Steve as he beats his teammate. And that means FRT Midnight lines up in pole, and then Sam in P2, and then Legend Vrl in P3, but he has a 5-second time, 5 place grip penalty for God knows why. Felix in P4, Luke in P5, Philip Smith in P6, and then FRT Chapelet in P7, Ronaldo in P8, Steve in P9, SX Lion in P10, Darth FIFA P11, Jamil P12, Tim P13. He won't be happy with that, as his teammate is lines up in P4, Terry in P14 after crashing on the qualifying, Crash Vettel in P15, and then Netlex in the 121.6, and now we had Reese and a few other cars as well down the grid. Tons of views watching right now. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions about our races, yes. So it's midnight starting, or keeping up the consistency as he lines up on pole ahead of Sam with a 1:19.8, and he FRT Midnight at a 1:19.6. So very impressive lap time there from the Haas boys, or the Haas boy I should say, as his teammate lines up in P5 or something like that. P6, sorry, excuse me. Phil just about managed to beat him. As we will get away on the first formation lap, and Marco starting from the back. I didn't actually notice that Nitlex can't get off his grid position. Nitlex is stuck on the grid. Nitlex has he already been disqualified from I think so. He might have been. It's not gonna do his tires any favors. Sam lines up in P2 there. Felix runs up the top 3. Could he possibly go to the top tap of the podium for the first time in his VRL career? Chapelele, maybe not the position he wanted, as he gets a P6 on an early ball, and P7. Roll in P8 after a grip penalty. I have no clue what that is. Steve in P9, disappointing for him, as the season 3 champion will be wanting more than just a top 10 finish. And as a Lion, maybe also not the place he wanted, as he had a pretty good lap in Russia and showed some good pace there. Though FIFA P11, maybe also not the place he wanted, as he had some decent podiums as well in season 3. Jamil, not on the formation lap, but he also won't be happy with it. He will be happy with a good place out of season 3 podium sitter Tim. He won't be happy with that place. I'm pretty sure he almost had a banker lap and afterwards couldn't improve or had a few invalidations. Chevy crashing out in qualifying won't be happy as well. Crash Vettel, yeah, what can you expect from these guys? Maybe if you have to ask them if they're happy with that, surely will be wanting more than just a P15, 16 and a 17. Marco starting from the back, for you will be very disappointing. Disappointed, sorry. Now we wait for 5 red lights. For the first time here in Albert Park, Australia. The first one goes on, the second one goes on, the fifth one goes on, and they all go out as we are underway in Australia. And there looks to be already massive start crashes. One of the cars didn't get away in a way very good, as Sam down the inside there will be able to take the lead from the Haas guys. And no, it doesn't look like, and there's a spinner there. That looks to be the car of Phil instead of Marine, and he's been hit with bad luck as well, and his legs retiring from the position as well together with Marco. That's a huge blow to his championship hunt. Early days, of course, Chapelele had a great start coming up from P5, and there's one of the Renaults onto the grass, slowing him down massively, nearly spinning out as well. Luke losing a position on the start as well. Ro had a fantastic start. And again, some major controversy on the first lap there. Marine keeps up pretty sure. Luke has a little tank slapper on exit, and Marine will look to take advantage of that. Will we risk a move down to turn 11 or turn 12? No, doesn't look like it. It will hang by there. And Chapelele under threat from Vrl. No, he's not. Meanwhile, FRT Midnight looks to pull a gap towards Sam. And Crash Vettel with a fantastic start coming from P15, now spilling both Rebel cars. Steve won't have any time for that, as he will have to move up instead of going down. Triple A trying to block the slipstream of the Williams car there. So Sam and Midnight already pulling a pretty decent gap towards Chapalele, and the rest of the field. Chief meanwhile goes past the McLaren of Crash Vettel, and he is now on a threat from his teammate. Tim remains in the same position after Marco and Nidlich both retired from the session there. Reserve Nidlich. Oh, that's the FIFA will be looking to take both cars into one. No, they make contact there. The Belgian goes past the Englishman, and the Englishman is now on a threat from SRL buddy Tim. Oh, 3 wides into turn 11. They can't stick it that way. And now it is 3 wide, and Tim looks to take both of them. He can do so, but that sends Reese spinning into the wall. That's a massive problem, and he's got some damage. Yes, he's got damage, and his fantastic start has been undone by that little spinner he had. Roll, meanwhile, blowing up into P4 as that looks to be forming a bit of a train. But Felix also trying to catch up, but for now, still a little bit behind. Sam already closing down the gap a bit here. After starting from P2, taking Midnight into corner 1, but failed to take the position. Meanwhile, his teammates who nearly brought home a racing point 1-2 is still on P6. Oi! Felix spinning out, and has he got any fumbling damage? Doesn't look like it, but he lost quite a few places there, and he will lose another one to Steve as he overtakes him. Great little move by Steve there, and they will send everyone a position up from Luke. Another yellow flag as well, and this is Lion on the gearbox of Ronaldo, but so is Sam on Midnight. He can take it running outside. No, he'll go for the switchback here. Doesn't look like he can pull it off. Hey, Phil now completely out of the session. Xavi comes in to the pits, and Xavi retired as well. Both manually retired, or could have been a clash between both of them. This time then from Sam? Nope. Second try for Anasek line. Will we get past Moran here? Ooh, that's not gonna help his exit, but he's still in the RF range, so he could still try something here. No, again he has to line up into the back of him. On his gearbox, sorry. Sam then lining up again on the gearbox of Midnight, who's still leading, but I'm pretty sure he will lose this lead quickly, as Sam looks to have the better race pace over the Haas driver. And Marine get the first penalty of the race, and could go things even worse for him, as NSX Lion is again onto the back of him. Not a good start for Alpha, no, definitely not. One driver out of the points, and the other one DNF'd. So not a great start for them, no. And NSX Lion had a little moment there coming into the last few corners there. And Sam this time again up to the back of Midnight, but still can't find a way past. NSX Lion can though, but he has had a penalty there. Marine will be looking to regain the place down the inside, and now he waits patiently, and he will have his second try. Now Chapelele is looking to attack the racing point driver, as Sam look to attack Midnight. So I think Sam might need to get a move on here, as he's being held up definitely. Can he rescue there? No, we cannot. Oh, Ronald will drop down another place towards Steve. And Marine's race is going from bad to worse at this point. Oh! Oh no! Look, with front damage as well, as he's coming off to the last corner, and he will have to come into the pit. That's a long way around the track there, look. Oh, that's unfortunate, as he looked to go to the podium, but meanwhile Chapelele down the inside of Sam there, contact, and into a half spin, and Vrl says thank you very much, I'll take that place, bye. And Sam has had an incident with the other Haas car, but still is not past the other one. And Vrl takes third place, and he'll say thank you very much for that one. But Chapelele most likely now very angry with Sam, and could be getting a little hot on the cockpit there. And look who retired from the session as well, Crash Vettel. Not a great start for McLaren then. One driver had a crash, still in the race though. But he will be disappointed to see his teammate going out as well. Could this be another season of disaster for McLaren? Now this time he has a better exit than him with DRS. Could he try something here? Yes, I think he might just do so. Round the outside into turn 1, and he can't do anything back. Midnight demoted to P2. But he doesn't even have DRS here. Meanwhile, Vrl fights off the other Haas car. And that means Sam up to P1 as Midnight settles back into P2. And his teammate Chapelele will look to make it a double podium for Haas again, as it was before he made contact with Sam. Vrl still fending off Chapelele. Sam already pulling a gap towards Midnight. Ooh, little oversteering movement there for Vrl. That will not do him any favours, but Midnight looks to regain his lead there. And Sam can't do anything back this time, and Vrl is demoted down to P4. And Chapelele looks to take his revenge on Sam. Yes, they have made great progression, passing the Mercedes of Marine and taking spinning Felix and Midnight and Sam both into the pits. Who has the better pit crew? That leaves Vrl up for a double podium there, of course, still having to pit. As Sam being held up in the pits, and he's now demoted to an additional P3. That will not do him any favours, as he's lost a loads of times, and he probably means Chapalele might just jump Sam as well, as he was in front of Vrl. So the Racing Point crew letting Sam down there, as he has been parked in the pit line by Vrl. Meanwhile, Marine on the Belgian door, FIFA can't keep his place, but possibly here with the DRS on this straight after this very tricky cornering. Very tricky corner, sorry. Down the inside here, maybe you risk it. Nope, he has to hang back. As FIFA also had DRS of Steve, who's now found himself in a podium place after starting P10. And Chapalele will now come into the pits. Now let's see what is more powerful, the overcut or the undercut. Of course, let's be honest here, Sam did get held up a bit in the pits. The last boys put on the medium tires, and he is on his way to the pit lane exit, and Tim is boxing as well. And there goes Chapalele behind his teammate, but ahead of the other two rivals, which leaves Haas into Haas 1-2. But Vrl isn't gonna let this happen. He has warmer tires, and he has the momentum here on the inside of the Haas. He's past him, contact, wheel banging. He tries to hang in on the outside there, but he can't do so. He crashes into Sam, and he lost his front wing. That was a little too optimistic there, as he spun round, lost his front wing, and he will have to do better than that to get past Sam, or Vrl, sorry. And he'll have to make a second pit stop. That is a massive problem for him, as he race quit as well immediately after retiring from the session. Jamil will now take P11 then. Why so many DNFs? I have no clue. I didn't see most of them. I knew Marco and Litlix had a crash at the beginning of the race. Then Crash Vrl most likely crashed on his own. Crash Vrl crashed also on his own. Chevy and Phil were most likely an incident, but also rage quit it, I'm thinking. Meanwhile, Steve pits. Oh, and he's got a 5-second top penalty as well. Now it's a battle between Red Bull and Mercedes, which Red Bull seem to have won. And Midnight still in professional lead. And Steve just comes out behind Felix. That was really close, I must say. Look at this then. Top 7 very close within the DRS here, and look, disappointed with himself, I think, as he only has himself to blame for that little oversteer moment on exit. So we're all in professional P2, followed by Stab in professional P3, and Midlight still in professional P1 and a line, and that professional P1 will turn to an actual P1 as NSX line, and FIFA make their pit stops. Midnight comes in front of them, yes, definitely, but where do these guys come out towards compared to each other, and the rest of the pack up to P6. They come out ahead or behind. NSX Line looks to come out ahead in P4, and FIFA just about doesn't come out ahead, but he's still ahead of Tim, but not for much longer. If Tim has anything to say about it, will he hang it around the outside there? Yes, he will. And FIFA doesn't put Tim on the grass, so Tim can hang it easily around there. Oh, yeah, that's not a place to go too wide into there, and Luke's been struck with bad luck again, as he hasn't got any falling damage, but he's lost loads of times towards the rest of this little train, well, I could say youth train. And Luke retired from the session. Another rage quit then, so it looks to be another rage quit, this time from the Dutch driver Luke, as now Jamil will move up into the points. Maybe not the quickest, for sure, but he's been there. Sam will look to get back his speed too. So Vrl and Sam are the only ones flying the flag for their teams today. Yeah, Phil, Luke did have a crash, but he didn't DNF, and he had a first crash completely down to his own, and then he had a little moment as well, but he didn't get front wing damage of that second crash, so it just pissed off, I think, as the FIFA tried to go too wide, and he came into the back of them. Meanwhile, Sam gets a penalty. Someone asked to show tires, sure. And Sam on the outside here, Vrl maybe, question mark, no. And Vrl keeps his speed too for now. So everyone already made a pit stop there. Here he comes. Main straight, can he get it done? Vrl looks to push him down into the inside there. But he gets it done. Meanwhile, NSX Lions at the fastest lap, so he's catching up to these guys, but there's a pretty big gap between them, 3 seconds. And Vrl decides not to go to the inside of Sam here. Steve, 3-second time penalty again. Both Steins must be disappointed, or one Stein is probably disappointed, the other ones must be very happy. Oh, Steve on the inside there, I thought Moran was on the inside. Meanwhile, Phil joined, nice. He'll be spectating with me then. Phil, what happened? I wonder what happened with Phil. The FIFA behind. Well, still on penalty as well. I'm just gonna see if Vrl can do something on Sam here, and then I'll check. Ooh, it does close up a lot here. Yeah, so another rage quit. A lot of rage quits this race. I'm just gonna check penalties now then, as someone asks. Midnight, penalty plus warning. Sam, penalty plus warning. Bro, 0 penalties. And he is just outside of the penalty window. But if these guys in front of him get more penalties, he'll happily take his first VRL win. Steve on Felix here. No. Not now. Oh, Steve. You're just giving me these little heart attacks with your dive bombs. Meanwhile, FIFA gets past Tim. And Hello against the fastest lap. He's slowly but surely catching up to Vrl and Sam. It's pretty weird to say my own name all the time, but great fight for what's it? P5, yeah. But oh! Steve, a dive on session as Felix had a crash. Oh, that's a problem there. And Jamil will happily get a P8, 9 there, maybe even P8 as Felix got funneling damage as he does. And that's a massive problem for Marino. He keeps his front wing. He just about slowed down. He was just to find that little gap between Steve and Marine, and it will be a tough day for the stewards, I think, as there's a start crash, loads of other incidents going on, and this will not help their free time. Steve, it's always the tracks, always the street tracks where things are popping off, just like Baku, where it's always hard to keep your front wing intact. Always, yeah. Pepine says it reminds me of the '96 Monaco race. Yes, definitely. Normally on other tracks it's not really this chaotic, but street circuits always put up a challenge for the VRL drivers. Felix P9, still out of race though, so he's had a tough day, but he's in the points, so everyone who finishes gets points. The FIFA could he cause another crash with Ryan Ball, or maybe with his country neighbor Tim? The rush opens, so that's with Tim, I believe. The FIFA gets a better run on Moran here. Is he gonna risk it down the inside here immediately? No. He's gonna hang back and look to get it on the exit, but I don't think he will. I'm pretty sure lineless penalties. Let me just check real quick. Yes, quite a few penalties actually. 2. So 6 seconds for him then. Hey, race, and Vrl gets his first penalty of the day. Line catching up to Vrl. Sam is still pulling away from Vrl, but he's not catching up to Midnight. And FIFA around the outside of Van Volleyball there, and he gets him, but this might be shooting himself in the foot there, as Marine will get the arrest, but so will Tim. So could he take him all three? It's a bit like Esteban Ocon v Hulkenberg v Ocon in 2017 here. Three different drivers, three different teams. And that's just Lion past Rowe. It's all kicking off right now, and Lion moves up to P3, but there's quite a few penalties, so he's gonna have to pull a 6-second gap towards Rowe. And Tim gets past Marine as well. It's all kicking off right now. Oh, Marine front wing damage. Disastrous day for Mercedes. Oh, that most likely was off the contact with Tim then, as he tried to go for a move on P6 at Marine. And Roll already falling behind NSX line here. So basically has 10 laps to pull a gap of 6 seconds. Oh no, 3 seconds. You only need 3 seconds, as Raul has 3 seconds time penalty. Now, is Marine coming? Yes, he is coming into the pits. He goes, and Jamil will take the position as he moves up to P7. I'm pretty sure Jamil's overtaking no one on track, but he's just getting all these 3 positions. Now it will be vital to see if Jamil can have Marine, as that might be. Can he have him? Yes, he can, and he moves up to P7, and Marine will have to get past Jamil if he wants to catch up to Tim, which is most likely impossible. I'm happy I'm not a steward anymore. And it's all looking to calm down a bit, as you would expect, with only 10 drivers remaining. Felix been pretty unlucky, spinning, losing his front wing, and now finds himself down in P9. Just gonna run through the enough here. Marco retiring on the first lap, then next retiring on the first lap. Javi and Phil race quitting, Vettel crashing on his own, Chapeleta race quitting, Luke rage quitting. Steve got involved in an incident between Felix and someone else. I can't remember who. He collected Felix after he spun out, and that only Rice Felix, Marine, Jamil, Tim, the FIFA legend, Raul, sorry, and it's like Lion, Sam, and Midnight in for a running for P1. Pretty sure it doesn't. No, he doesn't. He only has 3 seconds worth of time penalties. On my screen it says Raul only has 3 seconds of time penalties. And this man has just been casually leading the pack a bit. Well, a bit. I mean, he's been leading for the most of the race. Having a little battle with Sam, but eventually getting himself together and retaking the lead. And now he's just been dominating on the second stint. I just checked, but I'll check again. One penalty for Sam. And 6 seconds for Lion, and Vrl only has 3 seconds, so If he stays in 3 seconds, he'll get the podium. Hey, that's a second penalty. Now we have to get past. This is equal on penalties. Oh Jesus, nearly lost it going into the barrier, coming off turn 12. This all means he will have to get past NSX line if he wants to keep the P3 or get the P3. And Reyes makes his pit stop as he gets lapped in the pits. Coming into the final stages of this first VRR race in season 4. Let me know your thoughts about the race. It's been a pretty good race in my opinion. Bit chaotic, of course, but it really shows how challenging and fun Australia can be. It's definitely if I were to vote, it's definitely a track I would like to see return on the calendar for season 5. And Moran gets the fastest lap on his soft tyres here, and he also passed Jamil for a P7. Ooh. Sam will be hoping for a penalty for midnight. He's slowly but surely catching up to Sam, but I'm pretty sure it won't be enough to keep P2 here. He'll hang on to P3 if he doesn't get another penalty. He'll have to do some ERA saving as well. And he's getting into his 30 hour, which is pretty bad around here. So lap 25 out of 29. Felix could still have Jamil here. Hey, Vrl gets another penalty, so that completely secures NSX line of his P3, but could he make it a P2? Meanwhile, Felix is in the range of Jamil. Already done the inside here? No. Of course, Felix knows he's the quicker driver, so he won't rush anything. Now, maybe already before turn 11. 9. What's about you games back from Jamil? And it's a Lion catching up to the racing point. Both are the only ones flying the flag for that team. A little oversteer moment there, or understeer. Couldn't really see it too well. I'm guessing it's a glitch by the game. That's what I'm pretty sure. It may show him on softs. Yeah, he's on mediums, but it shows him on softs. No, Moran is on soft after he had to make a pit stop in the last stage of the race. But Aye! Oi! Aye! 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 Ooh, that's a little tricky moment there for an attack Lion. All these oversteer moments. Aye! Sam made a mistake going into the final corner, and he will have DRS and he will lose his speed 2 on track, but he will most likely keep it off track. Everyone on one stop except the ones who got damage. Great recovery race from N6 Lion, who won't get his P2 but he will keep P3, as there will be a good recovery race from P10, I believe. Oh, that's... I'm fairly confident that was a warning. Now Sam will be hoping that he might use up his last warning as well, and possibly getting a penalty. If he does so, the race victory will go to Sam, as Vrl or N6 Lion also has 6 second worth of penalties and he only has 3. So Midnight will start the last lap. The only thing he needs to do is not get a penalty. He's playing it on safe. Sam won't get past him. I'm fairly confident of that one. Midnight on his way to navigate the last few corners of the first race in VRL Season 4, and he'll be on his way to take home a dominant victory. Well, not completely dominant, but fairly dominant after the second stint. And NSX Lion will keep his P3, but this man will win for Haas in Australia, and he gets the job done here in Australia, and NSX Lion gets P2 on track, but eventually gets P3 off track. Keeps his P4, and Darthy will fend off Tim for P5, as he is the highest scoring Renault for today. And Moran closes out with a nice little drift there in the last few corners. Disappointing result for him. I'm happy I'm not a steward anymore, as there's been a lot of stuff going on this race, so he will get P7 and P8. Disappointing for him as well, Felix. And then we have Jamil in P9. It will close off this first race of VRL. Midnight wins the first race here in Season 4, and Haas go on from where they left off in Season 3, winning. Now we'll get Sam and of course VLT Midnight into the party. Let me just search him up. And I'm searching, so come VRT Midnight as well. They will be informed for the post race interviews. We will wait, and we have our first podium sitter, Sam. Congratulations on your podium.
Thank you.
Could you check if you have audio sharing on? And Midnight, the winner of today, will join us as well. So great race by the both of you. I want to start with you, Midnight. It surely must be nice to win the first race of the season.
Yeah, carrying momentum from Russia.
Yes, definitely. Of course, you were challenged by the man in the party as well. Sam, did you ever think at one point that this is slipping out of my hands, or?
I literally said to Lucas or Chapeleta on the second lap, Sam is far too quick for you. I'm just gonna hold him up. As long as you get past him, I'll let you go and I'll hold him up for you. I was gonna be the wingman today. I had no race pace at all.
But you pulled it out of the bag anyway, of course, as you mentioned your teammate Sam. What happened with you and Chapeleta there in a little crash between you, massive crash between you?
Yeah, no, I was behind the Williams and Chapeleta, and they went side by side,
Yeah.
And Chapelele spun and went into me.
Of course, you saw the incident. Did you? Who do you think was at fault for that one?
Vrl.
Uh,
I've seen the clip of it. It's definitely Vrl.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, looking at the clip, Vrl goes and he squeezes him first of all to the very left. Then he goes deep, really deep, and just casually ignores that Lucas is there.
Yes, definitely. What Sam, you that did help you up to P2. Are you disappointed with P2 or are you happy with P2? You had some very good race pace compared to Midnight, of course, in the beginning stages of the race.
Yeah, the pit stop was shit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got held up and lost 2 seconds there, but I think I got great pace, but yeah, was too far behind.
So, you happy with it or are you disappointed with your P2?
Well, yeah, middle.
Middle, yeah, I think that's fair to say. Thank you for joining me for the pleasure interviews. I want to thank all of you for watching. I hope to see you at the next race for Run 2. Not Monaco, but I hope to see you then. And see you then. Bye bye.